Hi everyone, welcome back to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Hannah to quickly go through our anime disclaimers.
Yes, because you'll need them just in case you don't want sensitive ears listening. But yeah, this is fair warning, a podcast that we're going to be talking about there's going to be language, there's going to be cursing because we're drinking, there's going to be drinks. So.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
What kind of fucking language is happening in here?
This is bullshit.
It's a family show.
So sorry.
Please don't watch this with your family.
Yeah, don't do it.
Watch it in private.
With the door closed and locked. But yeah, so there's going to be language. There's probably going to be some sexy talk in here.
Some adult themes.
Definitely a lot of adult themes. And that ranges
references
from,
to sexuality.
Yes, sexy sex time and daddies. Lots of daddies.
So many daddies. All the daddies with an I-E-S. Daddies.
Daddies.
Probably some dark elements, some things that might be uncomfortable, death,
sex, violence, drug use,
heavy themes.
We're gonna talk about it all. So if you're a little sensitive about those subjects, please just be aware that it's to your discretion, and don't come at us for watching in dub. Okay?
Mostly don't come at us for that because we are Baka Bitches and we are not reading subtitles.
We are not. Maybe on our own time, but this is podcast time and we gotta go with the English. We gotta go with the English so we absorb it all.
Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy. Hello everyone and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink a lot and talk about anime a lot. I am your gracious half-host, Hannah.
I am the other half gracious-ish host, Stephanie.
It's true. We're just full of grace.
I'm mostly a Baka bitch, but okay.
Yeah, it's true.
A gracious Baka bitch.
Graciously Baka-ing all over the place. And we're still going through the RomanticKiller series.
Yes, we are.
Actually very near done.
Don't talk about it.
I know, but we are on
episode 10. It's gonna go on
10.
forever.
Only in our brains because we're gonna make all of that headcanon.
Oh, yeah. If this ending doesn't turn out the way we want, we could make a whole nother episode about our ending.
For sure. I'm gonna be typing up
the Hannah headcanon, the Stephanie headcanon. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
But for tonight, we do have a basis in reality for what Netflix has produced.
Yes, an actual episode.
For Anzu's next 18 hours, I guess.
Yeah. Her life is just grand. Okay, so this is episode 10.
We are drinking.
What are we drinking, Steph?
Mango wine.
Mango wine, yeah. That's true. It is true. And as you can tell, it is hitting good.
Mango wine. Okay.
Mango wine, yeah.
Tell us the wikis for this. We are in episode 10?
Yep, episode 10. And it is titled Other Way Around, Dummy.
Love it.
Same. Saki's older brother kicks her out so he can party, forcing Saki to walk to Anzu's house and accidentally discovers she lives with Tsukasa and Junta. She promises to keep their secret, and Anzu considers telling her about Riri, but is struck by a painful need to visit the bathroom. Saki tells Tsukasa him living there might be a good... Wow. Let me read that again. Shit.
Do you mean to do this?
No, I got this. Let me do it. I will do this. Saki tells Tsukasa him living there might be good for Anzu. Riri confirms Anzu's toilet trouble was punishment for almost revealing her existence. Saki recalls to herself the moment she met Anzu when she defended her from a bully in middle school. She also recalls an incident when an older student she was dating named Ogawa tried to force himself on her. And after he tried to spread rumors about her, Anzu confronted him publicly and exposed his actions. The next day, Riri convinces everyone to attend the summer festival. At the festival, Ryuya meets Tsukasa and, despite his own feelings for Anzu, advises Junta to confess before he misses his chance. Saki encounters Ogawa and freezes in fear as he claims to his friends that she is his bitter ex-girlfriend. Makoto senses her fear and makes an excuse to take her away from Ogawa, for which she is grateful. Two random girls take a picture with Tsukasa in the background and post it online. Minutes later, the photo is seen by a disturbed woman who is happy to have finally found Tsukasa's location. Whew! That is a lot. That really runs the gamut of all the plots.
What I feel like is interesting about
What's interesting?
what you
Tell me.
just synopsisized for us
Synopsidopsis? Yeah. Yep.
was I feel like half my notes, so at least like, I don't know, 10 lines in my notebook
Sure.
revolve around what you just summarized in one sentence. So I don't know if that's a little disheartening for me. I'm not really sure what just happened. Like, I feel like you, in one sentence, indicated and stated everything that I took painstaking notes on.
I mean, I did read
And
more
then-
than one sentence, if that makes you
But
feel
then
better.
you spent a long time talking about, like, the last half of the episode that I did not take any notes on.
It kind of evens out, right?
Well, I hope so. But I guess more what I'm thinking is, like, I put more emphasis and more importance in what happened early on into the episode. Thus missing the actual plot of the story, which was the last half.
I think, like, this is one of those episodes, because we had another one where it's like, it goes from one plot where you're thinking, oh, this is what's gonna be the main focus for the episode, and then it just, like,
takes
and it's a different
90-degree turn, and
Yeah.
it's just like, nope.
no, we are doing a hard left turn, and the plot is changing halfway through.
Yeah, so maybe it's just one of those instances, and I keep feeling surprised by it,
Yeah.
even though I shouldn't be.
You expected things, and
I
the
expected
things you
things
expected did not happen.
Based upon the anime intro and
Sure.
the characters that I saw, which, fair.
Absolutely fair.
Why are we bringing in more? Like, my brain is confused.
Because
I cannot
we
compute.
gotta further the plot some more.
I mean, heard. I'm
guess.
here for it, but we could have done like a good little group shot in our
Oh, for sure.
intro. Because now Stephanie of Baka Bitches is just left confused, just confounded. I don't even know.
That's fine. I'm always confused, like 75% of the time.
Yeah. So I do have some interesting things to talk about. As I do
That's good. That is the whole point of this podcast, baby.
later as
Oh.
we get through this.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, let's just start from the top.
Yeah, let's
okay?
just dive right in, baby.
With Anzu, so she leaves work just to be greeted by three hella daddies.
Hella daddies.
Junta, Tsukasa,
Awesome.
who's the least daddy-ish, and then Harry Cheek's daddy.
Yeah, his
AKA
chauffeur.
The chauffeur.
Yeah, which is the
Harima.
knockoff Harima. And I'm gonna for people who don't know, Harima is a fantastic character from a fantastic slice of life comedy anime called School Rumble. Mm-hmm. And if you have not watched that, I highly suggest it because it is one of the greatest.
It's just everything.
It is truly like, it does not get enough credit as it should. Mm-hmm. Like it was done earlier on in the 2000s, early 2000s. Like, I don't know, maybe 2004 to 2006. I can't remember.
But it still has a very timeless style.
It really does.
That doesn't look super dated.
Yeah, and it's just, it's so good. It's full of, like, really great characters and just really funny plots. It's so good. And Harima, I'm just gonna go on a School Rumble thing Detour. For a second. It's fine. Just bunny trail it. But Harima is the school rebel, and people are super intimidated by him. He has this tough, hard exterior, but really he is the softest, gooeyest man alive, and he just is in love with the main girl character, Tenma.
He totally your chocolate chip cookie.
He is just a cinnamon roll, and I love him. And he's like
amazing.
truly looking for that kind of man in my life is a Harima.
Same.
He's just adorable, and I love him. And this is what the chauffeur reminds us of.
He totally embodies that.
Yeah, like he has the aesthetic of Harima. Slicked back hair.
Not just visually, but also personality type-wise, where he seems a little standoffish, but has got such a softy heart.
Soft little heart. So that's who's greeting our girl Anzu as she leaves.
Just like a dream fucking come true.
Absolutely.
And Anzu's just like annoyed.
Right? She's just like, oh, see you guys. And I'd be like,
hello.
Like,
let's go get some nice tasty udon noodle for dinner.
I love me a thick nude.
Who's paying for my thick nude?
Please.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be asking.
Yeah. Who got it?
Nobody's buying me some good nudes.
Same. It's really disappointing. But yeah, so she's greeted by arguably the three most good-looking guys in this anime.
So they go home. Anzu is then describing to the friend that showed up, right?
Yeah, because as they're walking home, at least Junta and Tsukasa are walking Anzu home because they all live together. Chauffeur guy and Hairy Cheeks part ways because they're going to go home to a different
They had
place.
only stopped by for a minute.
For a hot minute.
At a convenience store.
And probably because Anzu was there. Let's be real. And so as the three of them are walking home, Anzu and our two lover boys, they run into Saki, which is Anzu's girlfriend.
A literal friend who's a girl.
Yeah, literal that, like, girl, friend.
Friend girl.
Friend girl. Friend girl.
The more you say it, the more awkward it sounds.
That is my goal.
She's a friend girlfriends.
She girl that is friends with Anzu.
Beep, boop, boop.
In case we have not made that clear enough.
Boop, boop, boop.
And so they run into her, and Anzu's like, oh shit, I can't explain, because clearly walking with two boys, really hot boys, at night, very, very salacious. And so they all go back to Anzu's house, and they have some nice iced teas, and, or what I think is iced teas, and Anzu explains the whole debacle of why she is now living with two boys and her parents are literally out of the country for like 3 years. And
to go to America.
Yeah, to live in America.
We all want to be in America.
America. Want to live in America.
That's what I was thinking about.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
West Side Story, baby.
Yes.
So Saki just listens to the whole story and she's like, yes, that makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, that's me as a friend. Like,
that is you. You listen really to all my stories.
And I accept every bit of it. I'm like, yes, okay, that totally makes sense. I'm here for it, fam, and I support you.
Oh, thank you. Is that why you're so supportive?
Yeah, truly, because I'm like, yes.
My stories are not that good, but thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yes, I support you. But, like, literally, Saki is the... embodiment of what I would do too in that situation. I'd be like,
understanding, here for your friend, just listening, no judgment.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, I might maybe like ask more questions, be like, okay.
A clarifying question is different from an interrogation.
Absolutely. Because I just want to understand.
All I'm going to throw out there.
I just want to understand.
Yes.
And if I see something concerning, I'm going to be like, well, this is what I see. Like, you can take it or leave it, but,
that's fair.
you know.
That's fair.
You know, but yeah, so Saki is very much of that ilk of like, okay, yeah, totally makes sense. I love that for you, fam. Here for it. And Anzu's like, okay, now that I've explained myself, what's going on with you? Why are you out roaming the streets so late at night?
Yeah, why are you at my house with my two hot dudes?
What the heck, man? It's just supposed to be a threesome.
This is everything I'm here for. 2 dudes, 1 cup. 2 dudes, 1 Anzu.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And Saki more or less says, well, you see, what happened was...
I was home, I am home.
And my daddy just got a new job, and he's working the graveyards. And I thought it was pretty chill, and I was going to be like, see you later, Dad, have a good day.
And then, like, brother shows up.
Brother hangs out.
Weird-ass brother friends.
Yeah, like, older brother, Saki's older brother.
And he, like,
takes this opportunity.
Kid.
Yeah, just leave it. Like, he's like... Now that Dad is only working graveyards, I'm going to use this opportunity to make this a party house. And Saki, go away.
He's like, bye, kid. And she's like, okay, bye.
Right? Which I would have been like,
I guess I'll just go to Anzu's house. Instead of being like, I'm entitled to be here, I'll just go chill in my room.
Right, which would be my first thought.
That would be mine too, no matter how close I am with anyone else. Because I'd be like, I have just as much of a right to be here.
I literally have a bedroom, my dude.
You do.
And like, what are you, like 20-something and you're still living with Dad?
Saki don't question that fucking shit. No. She's just like, okay, bye.
Like,
I'll go stay with Anzu. So that's how she gets to where she is.
Yeah, and before she does, which is a very important part, is she's... Because Anzu was ready, like, after hearing that story, ready to, like, seek revenge on her brother. And Saki's like, no, don't worry about it. I took care of it already. I already... of all faces. I already told Daddy, who looks like a like, mafia member, ex-Yakuza, bald head, like, bulky guy.
Yes.
And Saki's like, okay, so Daddy, brother just kicked me out of the house, so I'm just gonna be staying with my friend Anzu. Love you. And you just get a short screen moment with her dad reading the text while he's at work and just crushing his phone. And I'm like, yeah, okay, so basically he doesn't have a son anymore. Yep, I got it. Got the context for that. It's cool. It's fine. Burying the body. I
didn't really get that. I was just more like, he a weird Jap with Asian issues. Okay, guys, it's not racist when I say it, by the way.
It's true. She's half Japanese.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, he a little bit angry.
He angry.
Like, he let the rage come through, but like,
the phone.
It's fine. Interesting metaphor.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm sure he didn't actually murder his son.
Oh, darn.
But I'm just saying, like,
success.
You know, as much as a parent can go without actually having legal problems, he murdered his son. So
No, he hired someone to do it. He hired Anzu. Anzu took care of that shit.
The cement bricks, something water, ropes, it's fine. So Saki is able to sleep over at Anzu's house in her room, and this is when Anzu just thinks to herself, oh, actually, like, it's really insane that I never told Saki about what actually is happening, because she took it so well about me living with 2 boys.
And she's being a genuinely good friend.
Genuinely good friend.
I can trust her.
Yes, of course, it would make sense for me to tell her about the magical potato. She's gonna believe me about everything that has happened and why I'm actually living with 2 boys. And she was like, hey, Saki. And that is when the tummy troubles hit. Truly, Anzu was living her best millennial life at that moment, because her body just rebelled against her.
Which is fine.
It's
Call
fine.
it wild.
It's fine.
But do you not think that Anzu could have at least finished explaining via text? Handwriting a note, slip it underneath the door while she sits on the shitter? I'm just saying.
I guess so.
I feel like there could have been loopholes around this.
I guess so, but
like the old poop hole loophole.
Okay, but loophole. Okay,
so
but
you're Catholic.
But if I was let's say we were in this scenario. You're Saki, I'm Anzu.
And I'm trying to do you in your poop hole?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
But I'm like, hey, I have something to tell you, and all of a sudden, IBS hitting out of nowhere.
Sure.
And I have to run to the bathroom.
Yes.
And
you are now in the bathroom. I am now concernedly waiting for you in your room.
You're not that concerned, let's be honest. You're you're just chilling.
If you are in the bathroom ever, yes, I'm concerned. Okay,
that's fair.
Because you go to the bathroom once a month. I don't even know.
I have the bladder of a camel.
Continue. But you don't hold much credibility is all I'm trying to say.
That's fair. I know, this is why it's such a wild, made-up scenario. Yes, but in this scenario...
It would be a wild scenario.
But in this scenario... Yes. I'm running to the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom for a couple minutes, and then you get a text from me. And I'm like, okay, what I wanted to say was a magical potato entered my life, made all of these men come over into my life and intrude it, and I'm supposed to fall in love with them and make babies with one of them, because Japan population
declining birth rates.
Yeah, you would be like,
amazing.
Okay, Hannah, whatever.
Which one do you like most, and how can I make this happen?
But
that would be me.
But would you? Okay, but yes. No, because then you're just no. You are deflecting here, and I will tell you why.
Okay,
because. Okay, you're just straight up talking about, love connections and who you want to make babies with. But I literally told you a magical potato came out of my TV screen and made this magically happen.
No, I'm here for that.
But you would believe that? You would believe that.
I would believe that you believed it. And I would be trying to make it happen for you. I would be okay, Hannah, crazy. Whatever you say... to make this happen in your brain, and all I see is 4 hot-ass bachelors trying to get with you. I don't care if you're saying it's a potato did it.
A magical potato.
A magical potato that's done it for you.
Floating around.
But I can see the proof of, here's the dudes, and, okay, it's a little odd that you're calling it a potato. Potato.
I mean, but
I'm here to make it happen. Let's do it. We're doing it. Let's bachelorette it, Hannah. Okay, that would be me.
Okay, like Bachelorette the show. Like I'm handing roses to people.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Or whatever. Handing them Pockies. I don't care. Whatever shit.
Fair.
You're just handing them kittens. That's fine.
Handing them things that prove like they can move on to the next round.
Whoever ends up with the most kittens gets to marry you.
It's me. I end up with the most kittens.
I have a mansion of kittens.
So many kittens.
Pyramid of kittens. Yes.
Yeah. No. Okay. I guess.
You underestimate my loyalty
Truly.
for hoes before bros.
I think you're just determined to set me up, and so you're like, yes,
That is true. That is
this
true.
fool finally has a swarm of men around her. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That, I guess I'll take it. I'll accept that answer. But yeah, so, I mean, really, Saki doesn't even get to that point because Anzu
Dashes
is
off
dying in the bathroom right now.
and then Riri snippets it with the fine print that went along with
It
all
really
the
was.
stipulations for her scenario. So Anzu just kind of gives up. She's like,
Yeah,
okay,
she's
whatever,
like,
I'm not going to
okay,
talk about it.
It's fine, I guess.
And she's now the host of a frat house,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yep.
Just everyone.
I mean,
Everyone and
That's
their
hard.
sister is now staying
just
over.
Yeah, co-ed mingling. It's fine. And so she finally gets back to bed, and Saki's like, "So, how's your tummy?" And she's like, "It's okay. It still hurts, but I'll make it." And Saki's just like, "Okay, great, awesome, love that for you, fam," and is just ready to go to bed. And I think this is where we get some sort of like flashback memory times of when Anzu and Saki first kind of meet.
Yeah.
Which is this is when it's middle school. And Saki is walking with two other girls, we don't really know them, and another girl purposely bumps into Saki, and Saki's stuff just typical falls onto the floor, like all of her stuff, and she has to pick it up. And everyone's like, "Oh, did you see that? Oh, that was totally on purpose. It's probably because this one guy, like, asked Saki to be, like, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, and the soccer manager, which is the girl that bumped into Saki, is jealous, and blah, blah, blah." And Anzu's like, "Wow, you didn't even apologize," like, steps in and is like, do you need to say you're sorry to this girl because we all saw you do that on purpose? And this girl's like, "Whatever, I didn't do it. And she just needs to be more careful," and blah, 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 walks away. And Anzu just comes in and is like, "Hey, sorry about that. Hi, I'm Anzu." And, and that's kind of how they become friends a little bit, is through that incident. Which is kind of surprising because I would think that Anzu is too deep into video games to even know what's going on around her, but okay.
Yeah, they've made her nerdy, but not in a socially unaware manner.
Right.
She still fully grasps
She's still kind
reality
of aware.
and social norms. And I feel like even she labels herself as, like, different and, like, quirky because she likes to play the video games and do all the things. It's not weird.
It's not weird.
She full calls it out, you know?
Yeah. And, let's see, I'm trying to think where we go from there. There was another kind of flashback of when... and I think it's kind of from Anzu's perspective this time.
Also that.
Whew, it's hitting a little bit. It's fine.
I feel ya.
So, of Saki, in her, once again in middle school, and they're just, the two of them are having conversation in their classroom during a break time, and just a couple of boys coming in, and, "Hey, Saki, like, how big are your breastises?
Ugh.
And Saki is just like straight up like, oh, I don't know. How big is your penis? You know, just
God, she just
up.
fucking slayed it all in that one sentence. Like, she was my middle school hero today.
Truly. I wish I could be that much of a badass back then.
Same. I wish I could be that much of a badass today.
I think I could probably do that today.
I don't think my brain would work fast enough to say those words in that order. Mm-hmm. With enough authority behind what I'm saying.
I think it depends, like, on my mood. If I've just had enough of society, because there are days when I'm just right on the edge of just imploding because of society. Mm-hmm. And so if you catch me on a day like that, and someone says something so, like that, very similar to that, like if someone literally asked me, like, hey, what's your breast size, you know, I would probably come up with something like that, you know, and just be, like, hella rude about it, because, like, I don't give a fuck anymore, but, yeah, so we know that Saki can definitely stand up for herself if she wants to.
As she has.
Mm-hmm. As she has.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting kind of dynamic with Anzu and Saki, and especially with Saki, really verbalizing just how much Anzu means to her. It was just a very interesting episode. I'm trying to think, where did we go from... I'm losing it.
They went to the summer festival.
Yeah, they did go to a summer festival. Like, there was some background beforehand of Saki ending up spending a bit of time with an upperclassman named Ogawa. And at first he was just, like, you know, kind of flirting with her, but it wasn't overly, like, sexual or anything. He was still pretty polite, and, you know, eventually at one point in their quote-unquote relationship, even though Saki said, like, I wasn't as into him as he was into me, but, you know, he was still, like, a really nice guy, blah, blah, blah. And somehow they both agree at one point to go study together at his place.
Study in quotes.
Study. And Saki's like, yeah, okay, cool. And she goes over there legitimately with the idea of studying. And Ogawa kind of...
What?
What? Go on.
Ogawa,
more or less, you know, has other ideas. And Saki tries to put a stop to it, and he's, as a natural bastard would do, ignores the no and tries to go in for more than what Saki wanted. And Saki just wanted to study, and Ogawa clearly wanted to make out and more. And so to stop it, Saki grabs the nearest thing, which was a book, and just whams it into his head / temple, which, good for her. And this was the point in the anime when you're like, oh my gosh, is he dead?
I hope not.
He did not die. It's fine. But she runs out of there. And because of that rejection, Ogawa decides to spread rumors throughout the school about how, you know, it was all Saki. That I'm just thinking about more alcohol.
Drinks.
Shot. About how, you know, Saki is kind of more or less a whore, wanted him, but then he rejected her or something, and, you know, she ends up punching him. Like, that's the rumor he spread around. And Anzu saw through it right from the beginning and defends Saki's honor or whatever. And Saki has a good cry with Anzu on the stairwell, as one does, while they were holding hands. And we're like, yes, definitely another option, but like, girl, maybe? I don't know.
That's what I was rooting for.
I know. I don't think it's going to happen that way, but
you never know.
Never know.
We have 2 more episodes.
I know. A lot can happen in 2 more episodes. So we get a lot of that kind of background past with the 2 of them. And then, because it's summer break, humanoid girl Riri is coming around. She's like, fireworks festival, we're gonna go, let's go, we're gonna do it. And Anzu's like, nah, hard pass. Tsukasa's like, yeah, gonna hard pass. I have other stuff to do. And Junta is the only one like, I wanna go. I wanna go see the pretty lights. So because of Junta wanting to go to the festival, Anzu decides, well, if he wants to go, then yeah, let's all go. And
so of course everyone else has to go.
Of course. So they all decide to go. All of them decide to go. And Riri gets them all dressed up in the yukata. That's what you do?
Yeah.
And all the girls are dressed up. So Riri, Saki, and Anzu dressed up in the yukata. Well, and so are Junta and Tsukasa, but the guy yukata is looking good. Everyone's looking spiffy. And
just wear it all the time.
Seriously. I love that. And they go to the festival and they have like they didn't really do too much at the festival.
Yeah, we didn't see them do many activities. No. They kind of just chatted amongst themselves.
They walked slowly.
And then decided to divide up for food and then meet back together.
Mm-hmm. And that's when some of the drama happens. Yes. Because Saki gets in line to one food stand and runs into Makoto, which is one of Tsukasa's friends, which we've kind of talked about before. And she's like, oh shit, you're Tsukasa's friend. And he's like, oh shit, you're Anzu's friend. Oh, it's great to see you. Hey, you want to hang out? Oh no, I'm here with my sister and I'm like her gopher. Like I have to run all of the errands and she'd be pissed if I just didn't do that anymore. And so Saki's like, oh, bummer. But that's when her past comes back to haunt her a little bit. And Ogawa ends up going in line too. And she's like, oh shit, what are you doing here? You know, not that it's a public thing at this local spot. But I guess one of the guys that Ogawa was with was like, oh shit, like, you know this cutie? Oh, she's so cute.
You should date... I should date her. No, wasn't he saying he should date her?
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, good luck. She's like an ice queen.
Yeah. Like, oh, damn. Like, just being hella rude. And Saki doesn't stand up for herself, which is kind of...
bizarre.
Yeah, not her personality, but, you know, like, I guess it
she
can
was just
be...
shut down by him.
Yeah.
Maybe because they dated previously.
Yeah, and he, like, tried to force himself onto her. And so, like, that's pretty fucking traumatic.
It was gross.
And, like, yeah, like, that's not okay. Mm-hmm. And so she doesn't stand up for herself, and that's when Makoto's like, whatever, let's just leave, and, you know, in order to protect Saki. And so Makoto drags her away, and they end up running into everyone else.
As they do.
As they do. Anzu with her, like, candied apple.
For dinner.
And Tsukasa has his probably tokayake or something. or however you say that. Takoyaki? Takoyaki. I'm dumb. It's fine.
Takoyaki.
Takoyaki. And, so they all kind of meet back together. And, then Anzu's just like, oh, we should take more pictures. And kind of a few feet away, there's just two random girls like, oh, we should take so many selfies. And one of the girls is like, do you think you should blur like some of the other people in the background? To be polite, whatever. And the other girl's like, nah, bitch, it's fine. And it apparently was not fine because that picture that these two rando girls posted had Tsukasa in the background. And this one girl, I guess, we don't know her. We do not know her. We cut to see her scrolling through, I don't know, social media. And she's like, oh shit, I found you, Tsukasa. And it's very, like, foreboding. And they just leave the episode like that. So we go from Saki and her drama to fun firework festival where everyone is together, everyone's kind of like happy and chill and vibing, to like, oh my gosh, Tsukasa looks like he has a stalker. So, that's the episode as a whole. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Not as intriguing as past episodes have been. But I feel like it's going to pick up the pace a lot in the next two.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I feel like this is setting a lot of context and groundwork, and
I know.
we're going to get an explosion of drama in the next episode and a half.
Yeah, I guess
and
so.
then be left on a cliffhanger. That's
gosh.
That's my hypothesis,
I think,
for where we're going.
I think you're probably right. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, everything was kind of decent and fine up until, like, oh, rando chick sounds like stalker times. So I can only imagine where that's gonna go, because we've never really had any inkling of that. Like, I know Tsukasa in this episode mentioned, like, he forgot his ball cap and he was really nervous to be out in public without it. And then he's like, okay, it's fine, it'll be fine, I'll be brave, it'll be okay. And I guess maybe now with that last, like, 30 seconds of the episode and seeing this girl on her computer in the dark, just social media stalking Tsukasa, it's almost like, oh, maybe he did have a valid reason as to wearing this ball cap after all.
Right.
I don't know.
I hope we find out. I hope we get some answers.
We need answers.
We need answers.
And so much more hot guy time.
Mostly that.
Baka Bye!